What makes big movies A-class movies A-class, and what makes B-class movies B-class? Can you tell me? Well, obviously the actors. That's obviously the big name actors are better than the slippy little actors. That's why they can ask the money. The obvious things like shots, they've got less gear, so they're much more static shots, they're much more simple shots. You know, the scenes, their locations, of all of these things, sure. But to me, the fundamental difference is direction. Man, the good movies you see, and the eyelashes are directed. Of when a guy turns around and takes an eye line.
Yeah.
These B-grade movies,
true.
you can see the guys don't know what to do with their bodies. They're long shots. There's too many shots are too long. They're static. And so it's the crafting.
It's true.
And that's the same with we're talking about for music videos, for artists. Good music videos have got good artists, okay, but they've got great directors. You can have music videos with great artists with a shitty director, which will be mediocre, and you can have music videos with shitty artists, good sound obviously, shitty artists, but with a good director that'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. That's the direction. And the problem is too many guys go out, they work with musicians, up and coming musicians. The guys are fired up, they're passionate, they've got everything going for them. They make a music video and they doesn't come across like they feel for their music. And the fire of their music doesn't come across. So then they get scared of video. They don't want to make music videos and they get a complex to facing a camera.
Yeah.
Whereas if they directed well, the guys get brave. Look at that oak, Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
You know, he was obnoxious little oak, but his videos were good, man, and he was so proud and so arrogant, and that came through, and it grows the character.
But do you feel that sometimes maybe this, I think musicians in general are very sensitive. Maybe sometimes they're so personal with their music, and when they see the image of that, because they're coming from such a deep place within, then now when they're watching themselves,
Caz, you know what?
maybe not being formed the right way,
They know, because they want to, half the time they want to direct. I mean, music is the same as sport. When sport became, before professional, fuck, those guys, they gave it their blood. It was an honor to play for a country and, you know, to play for your province and stuff. And you could see that on the game. Became professional, money came into the equation. And now all of a sudden it was personalities and brands and corporates and everything coming, and they tainted it. And music is very similar. You've got the big music labels they want the cattle parade and they let the good stuff come to the thing, and correctly so. It's a business. Find the good shit. You haven't got time to deal with the peasants, okay, and move on. But the problem is the musicians. They don't want to invest in it. And I've worked with so many musicians that said, okay, we will make you a star. I'll make you a star. But you listen to me. We do it my way. You know how to sing, I know how to stage you, I know how to produce you, and I know how to market you. So you do what I say, and I will take you on the track that if you go the distance will make you a star. But you know how many I've got? None of them see through.
That's what Motown used to do. Like people like Motown, they were like...
they don't want to invest in their career. I was putting together a reggae band, right? And I've got these guys, talented, man. And we started rehearsing, we got 4 tracks done. Then it was, oh no, and I said, we'll put a project together and we'll put a touring show, a reggae show. You know, almost like a tribute to Marley kind of thing.
Yeah.
But great artists. After 2 weeks, the guys said, oh no, they want, who's paying? They want to pay. I said, guys, when we started this project, I said, we come in and we invest our time, we put the show together. Then we joint own the show. I said,
but
that's the deal.
That was always the problem when we were working with artists that we were trying to find. Eventually, there's only so much we could do, remember, as far as investing and going back and forth to see them.
You've got to invest, and no one's got the money. Only son said the big places have got that can put. And meanwhile, 80% of the artists are out of work and crying, and then you give them opportunity, and they're like, who's going to pay?
So that's the space in which, obviously, corporates have CSI budgets and stuff. That's the way I think corporates can join forces with people like us in helping empower, creating this talent or whatever it's sports talent, and giving them a platform.
Forces, we allow them to dominate the play.
So here's what I'm saying.
Because we're arrogant and we're obnoxious and we think we're already stars, bro. Because we took 2 steps and we can sing 2 words, we are now rock and roll stars.
So what I wanted to say is, I'm talking about the talent that you found. This, for example, say you were halfway through the band, as opposed to someone else coming to you with a full project and going like, okay, like, what do we do from this?
Yeah.
So now you just invest in your skill. Now you have to invest plus, and they don't even have money to pay their rent. So that was their top priority.
Yeah.
So if there was a situation where there was a fund or a sponsorship that would cater for these artists and
Yeah,
athletes,
but there
whatever.
isn't, Kaz.
But
There
that's what I'm
isn't-
saying.
yeah, isn't, and that thing, and from a business perspective.
That's what didn't work out before, is because that's where their foundation would crumble.
No, but it's not, because wait, the company wants to get investing into something that's going to give a return on their investment. So they want to obviously put their money behind something that they're pretty sure is going to work. Okay, now we come, our little artists come, and they're going to sing. They're rising stars, and they could be rising stars. They really could be. They come and they fart us around. They want everyone to pay for this. They don't want to invest. They want to say, I want talent. And then they come and they say, as you do, and we argue on this point. And they say, well, they want to sell their soul. And because they feel the music and this kind of shit. Bro, look at what Wham did, what George Michael did. He created fucking Wham. Okay? Cuck. But it got him, became a world. It got him a world
Hey,
hit.
Wham had some hits, man.
Bro, of course, they were things, but it was not George Michael's music.
And they were
George
trendy, they
Michael's
just-
music was afterwards, when he came and
Faith.
started caring. It was,
But it's
all
all
the,
his shit,
the
yeah.
serious shit was good music. Sting the same.
The good
They got
songwriter, you know what a
involved.
good songwriter can do? Can write and adapt according to.
But you start the other way around. You don't have to come out with your soul for the first number. Look at your market. Say, am I going to hit? I know who I have to appeal to, first of all. Who am I going to reach? These are the guys I want to like me. What kind of music do they like? Frame stuff that has got a good chance of reaching them, even if it's not your best stuff. Even if it's stuff that you're selling your soul. You think, fuck this, I'm pimping myself. Pimp your fucking self.
However,
And then get it together, package it in a way that the market will appeal to, become innovative on the way you actually market yourself. I've seen for years the radio stations used to be down in the bottom of Sandton there. What's that place called? Weirder Valley. They were all down there. I said, artists, you want to fucking get your records played? Hire street pole ads that run from Sandton, or just that little road. What's that road that goes down to Weirder Valley?
Yes.
Put street pole ads of your face and say, the star of music, or some cuck line, big things, on those street pole ads that go from that robot to the radio stations. Put so that every day those DJs are riding past and seeing the face.
yeah, but you got to get those signs
Bro,
first.
those signs cost you $5,000.
Yeah, but those signs probably taken up already. on
They
that
work.
street.
You can book them. You can book them 6 months in advance. If you're launching a career, you can launch it any time. I don't have to launch it next week.
taking
I launch
notes.
it when it's ready. And this is what people do as well. They launch their careers because they want to launch their careers on a certain date. They don't work out if they've got marketing in place. They don't work out if they've got product. They don't work out if they've got a strategy, a campaign, a lot of stuff that people can see at the same time. Presence, gigs, virtual gigs if we're working in social media now. They go like, hey man, I'm going to be a star. Fuck, it's work, my brother. It's work, and it's
Writing
work
down
the
all the
right
pointers.
way, and package your way professionally. Cut the drugs, cut the attitude, get down, rehearse, get a choreographer. A band came, some of those little guys from Soweto. They came and they wanted to put together a little band. I don't know if you were involved at the time. And
Yes.
we were going to have a launch event at some gig. And I said, okay, guys, let's cut the music. No, they had about 5 tracks.
Yes.
And they're going to play to playback, bro. They're going to do voiceover, lip sync at a club. I said, guys, you're dealing in dangerous shit. Let's cut this thing to 2.5 minutes. The people come there, they have their drinks, they have their eats. You give them 2.5 minutes. You come on, you clap it, and you walk off stage. They call you back on stage, give you a mic, and you talk. These fucking oaks had their mics. They were not singing at the time, and they hit 5 songs unrehearsed, brother. They killed their launch in one easy lesson, and they had good stuff. In one, because they would not listen. They
take
all of a
yourself
sudden, they
seriously.
had 3 rehearsals. They could do 5 steps, and they thought they were fucking sure, you know. It was fucking ridiculous, bro. They don't realize. Michael Jackson, we saw them rehearsing. I saw Cher rehearsing at Sun City when we saw all of these acts rehearsing. Bro, they work out. Jackson works out. Used to work out his breathing. You know, when he's standing on stage, go, I love you. Everything is worked out to the fucking millisecond. And that's for stage. That's a star. These kids come along. It's work, brother. If you want to be a star, guys, don't turn around and think it just happens. Go and find someone who knows what they do, put up with their shit like me, and fucking learn how to do it properly, package and minimize the chances of failure. Work out what you're going to do, what you intend to achieve, what the outcome has got to be, and what response you're going to do, and you build a campaign. Nothing is left to chance.
So let's say first step, you got the artist comes to you. They say they look the part. They've got the music. They got a vision. How do you? What's the next step in getting them out there?
You say, what do you want to achieve?
Okay.
What do you want to be? Tell me which artist you want to be like. So I can picture in my head where you're going. No, I'm different. Okay, you're different. So is Prince. So is everyone. How are you different? You're different like who? Picture who your audience is, who you want to reach.
Okay, so I'll say let's say you want to reach the locally or internationally the hip hop community. You want to reach the people like let's talk commercial. So you want to be like Drake because Drake's probably the most commercial hip hop artist
Okay.
at the moment.
Which radio stations does he
Now
play
Drake's on every radio station. He's like the top star, like on top of. He's basically signed by Lil Wayne.
on? Okay.
Came after Lil Wayne. Now he's a crossover rapper.
Okay, so now I listen to the
You
music.
see, he does that song, God's Plan,
Okay.
God's Plan.
Oh, I'm with you, but it doesn't matter.
So
It's
point
really-
is, all radio stations
I-
are playing it.
The next thing I say, have you got music or haven't you? Have you got anything?
Okay.
You've got material.
So you got material.
Okay. So I say, okay, what level is the material? I want to hear.
Okay.
I want to hear, is it ready? Is it ready to go out?
Right.
Does it have to be remixed? Does it have to be new instruments added? Is it final
Let's say I've
production?
played it to you. I've taken as many steps as possible. So I've produced the music, written the music, mastered it, and released it through my own network on the internet to DistroKid. So it's on iTunes, Spotify, it's on all digital networks. All it
Okay.
needs now is the marketing push
Okay,
to,
so now
to
we
get
know,
to people.
So we can find out very easily what that market
Yeah.
appeals to. What do they do on social media? Where do they go on social media?
Okay.
What do they listen to? What radio? Where are they? I've got to find these fucking people, right? And I've got to find two things. I've got to find a local piece. I've got to find people that I can click onto or trigger, and hopefully give them stuff that is powerful enough that they tell their friends. So it becomes like a Ponzi scheme. It becomes like a pyramid scheme. It's everyone. It's the word of mouth. It's reaching people, having impact, and them speaking about it. So now how do we have impact? I put my fucking song out there and I hope it goes. Whoopee. Very excited.
Yeah, because what could happen
I
is
am now basing my success on a
On the
number
DJ.
of people that are going to find me in the billions of songs just by going onto Twitter or to whatever thing and just finding a song. And you've only got one song or two songs, maybe 2 or 3 songs. Make a character of yourself. Tell me about you. Why are you special? Why should you be a star? And why should someone be interested in your life? And if there is nothing interesting in your life, fabricate it. And if you have got conflict or you've got problems in your life, fucking
Yeah.
illuminate them.
You've
Tell
gotta
the
be
people
real.
want to hear that you're Cabello. Great star, great man, rising star. And he came in. Part of his success today is the fact that he was a fuck up before. You know, I worked with him. He was whacked, man. I turned around and did a gig for Minnie. I think, Jesus, but he was supposed to be on stage and he had forgotten the gig. I had to go and fetch him from his house. He came, he put it, he was great, man. He was a star. He was a star. He is a star. But you know what? He had the fucking balls to sit back and realize
Sort
there's a
himself
bigger
out.
picture in life. There's a bigger picture in Cabello. Danny Kaye stepped up to the mark. And the two Oaks put the shit behind them, too big a mouth at times, quite honestly, in my mind. But fuck, it works. And they're stars, they're successful, clever, motivational people. And they've sessed it up. And all of the guys that you look at and step up to the line, the people that make it, there's two types of
But do
people
you
that'll
think
make
that
it.
those groupings, those artists, what team do they have around them? Because it takes a team as well.
Caz, that's the point. Get a team. When you go in as an artist and you go and get a manager, make sure the manager's got a track record, first of all. Make sure the Oak's booking people. Or he's coming up with plans to actually sell your product, which is music, albums, whatever, okay?
He's got to
And
believe in you,
then
otherwise he can't
trust
sell
the
you.
fucking Oak. Get a deal in place and don't fuck him. Don't fuck each other. Don't find a manager that's going to fuck you, and don't. Because there has to be trust. You've got to put an agreement in place, obviously. But it's got to be a situation that there's integrity. Because in art, you move too fast. You can move too fast. So find your team. You find the manager. Let him do your job. Get a choreographer and let him do the job. Get a stager and let him do the job. Get a good engineer and let him do his job. You come in as the artist and you do your chirp. But that is their trades. And too many times the artists come in, yes, of course they're the prodigies that can come in and say, hey, but no, this is not my sound. I'm Prince. This is how I do it. I'm some of these, the big internationals that are just on another level because they can hear such nuances. But as startup artists, trust the expertise of guys that have done it. Make sure it's in your sound, right? And then push it out and let a couple of people hear it and see it's commercial. Has it got the substance that is going to elevate your music from good to a hit? Because there's the thing, everyone sits there and says, what makes a hit? It's all different. You hear a hit and you know it's a hit. You don't know what it is. But when you start breaking it down, it's such subtleties.
So what
it's
do
an
you
arrangement.
do?
It's a
So
you
what
know?
does the artist do maybe when maybe they have a hit but it hasn't been heard, or
Because they launch a song, okay? So now they're going to launch a song. Whoopee, we're going to do a big launch, and 32 people look at it online. But now they launched, they're fucked. Oh, now we can't. It wasn't a success, only 32. So
they
what do
just
they
give up?
do? They sit, they coaster, relaunch it, brother. Put it out and launch it as brand new. You know? Don't turn around and worry about that it's been launched. 32 people have seen it. Maybe 500 people know about that it has been out. And now you go and put it out with a new campaign,
New
something
cover,
brand
new
new,
everything,
and you
everything.
fucking nail it. And then some clever journalist picks up and says, oh, but this thing was launched before by you. For free publicity, brother. What a pleasure. Yeah, bust. Sorry, no, I'm not Willy Vanilli. I did the fucking music, but I launched it before, but my marketing was shit. Guess what? Marketing is important. Fuck you. You know what I mean? It's like, hello, it's success. The object is success. And because something doesn't fail, the music that makes it, I reckon there's so much good music that is at the pinnacle to the top. But could you imagine how much music there is there that is incredible, but will never make it because it didn't have the machinery?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Look at who was that oak, that Sugar Man oak, long time ago?
Sugar
Sugar
man,
Man, don't
won't
you?
you
What's his
know?
name? Oh, what's his name? Oh,
And I was watching an awesome documentary on Netflix about like the
yeah.
godfather of music. Can't remember his name right now, but he's this oak that connected every oak in the music industry, and he signed Duke Sugar Man.
What's his fucking
And
name? I can see the album
and
cover.
to only find out, yeah, sorry guys for forgetting the details right now, and for finding out years later that this oak was big in South Africa.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, a
And
legend.
bro, and this is it. The rest of the world missed him. And then
Okay,
he
so if it
came and he
doesn't
made
work
it,
and
and
there's
South
something
Africa
to
made
it, you
him, and that
relaunch.
thing, you know. And how many of these guys are out there that must be like that are stars? I've seen people that are stars. And I just don't. Music is made up of two people. It's made out of fragile orchids. It's made out of people that are fragile but are genius way beyond the life. The Jacksons, the Princes, you know, and these kind of Hendrix, you know, what was that? Sang The Rose. Sang Pearl, I forgot what it was. Janis Joplin. These people that were just
But you're
too
talking about
good,
Seal,
Van Gogh, these
Kissed
kind
by
of.
the
No, I'm
Rose.
talking about the people that were fragile. They couldn't succeed in this life. It was too hard for them. And they were stars. And the other ones, the 80 vast majority, are the ones that come to understand business. They understand that they are selling a product. They've got a market that they have got to entice, which means they first of all have to reach the market. They then have to interest the market, arouse curiosity and engage, and only then do they begin to start a chance of success. So the music good is yes, 100%. But I reckon if you had to break it down in my perspective, that music versus marketing, I'd say 70% marketing, 30% music. And that unfortunately is a reality of life. Because if it doesn't reach the people and people aren't engaged, you're dead before you even start. So get out and fucking do the marketing, my brother. That's what it's all about. It's creating personality, creating, you know, interest. It's like people, fuck, who the fuck are those people? You know what I
So
mean?
you give me some amazing ideas, and We're gonna take some stuff. I've written down all these notes, and I got an amazing idea of how to relaunch something. I think we talk about it, and we'll get back to people as
Let's do it, brother.
to what we've taken.
Let's do it.
So we'll get back to you guys. I've got a brilliant idea on a project I'm working on, and so I'm gonna work with Gavin, and let's shoot. We'll see you soon.
You gotta feel me. Tip your cup and get with me. Scandalous. If you don't see me, best believe you're gonna hear me.